Watching Idaho's News Channel 7. This is the news at 6.
Overnight, the government officially shut down. That means many federal government operations will be impacted until Congress can agree on a budget bill.
Let's bring in Abby Wilt. How are the local organizations pivoting today?
Hunter Morgan, from the military to Forest Service to the Idaho Food Bank, various organizations are continuing normal operations until further notice. But they say if the shutdown lasts longer than a week, their concern is going to kick in.
The last thing we want to do is shut it down, but a lot of good can come down from shutdowns.
As of midnight Wednesday morning, the government is shut down, impacting organizations nationwide, including those in Idaho.
Some of the non-mission essential functions like community relations, going out and conducting public speaking engagements or putting static displays up at local schools, providing flyovers at sporting events. Those types of things will pause.
Chris Borders with the Idaho National Guard says essential operations will continue.
The Idaho National Guard will continue to provide critical emergency response capability for our state and nation.
Things like helping law enforcement, sending troops on deployment, and helping with search and rescue.
We're out there supporting search and rescue missions. Local law enforcement, emergency responders will call us to help rescue lost hikers, stranded rafters, wounded snowmobilers.
Members will not be paid during the shutdown, but will be back paid once the shutdown is over. The Boise Airport says it does not anticipate any immediate impacts to day-to-day operations, but all essential employees will be asked to work without pay. The Idaho Food Bank says they are not seeing impacts yet, but will have to adjust if the shutdown goes 1 to 2 weeks. The Bureau of Land Management says their web pages will not be actively updated during the shutdown. Employees will be back paid too, as long as the government doesn't start laying off employees in the midst of the shutdown.
When you shut it down, you have to do layoffs, so we'd be laying off a lot of people that are going to be very affected.
And the last shutdown was in 2018. That one lasted for 35 days, so we'll see how long this one lasts.
All right, Abby, thank you. Continuing coverage on the services that will be impacted, Veteran Affairs is still providing medical care, supplying benefits, and continuing to make decisions on veterans' cases. But it's closing VA regional offices, and Veterans Affairs cemeteries won't have ground maintenance. Social Security recipients will continue to receive their benefits. However, Social Security Administration workers could face furloughs, so processing new applications could be delayed. Student loan borrowers will have to keep making payments. The Department of Ed says it'll also continue to send out student aid. The Department of Agriculture says the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP or food stamps, will continue, quote, subject to the availability of funding. So will benefits for women, infants, and children, or WIC. The programs are funded at least through the month.